Okay, here's the closet as it is. I've taken everything out. Now I need to measure the spaces in there to put my shelves in. The cool thing about custom closet shelves is that you can make the shelves at whatever height you need to suit your needs. Mine, for instance, I need to sit above my Charlotte Hornets tin. Alright, I'm going to take a measurement along the back wall of the closet to get an idea of how wide the shelves need to be. So here's an example of a mistake where you think or you presume that what you're dealing with is square. So you would think that your closet, 24 3/4 at the back, would be 24 3/4 at the front. But as you can see here, there's quite a considerable gap up near that front edge. Can you see it from there? So the next one that I cut, I'll do 24 3/4 along the back, and then I'll have to take a measurement to cut the front, so it's going to be slightly angled. Alright, I'll see if this one fits a bit better after my error there. So 24 3/4 along the back, but along the front it's going to be slightly longer. I got 25 1/8. So as you can see, it's a slightly jagged line here. I'm going to cut it with the circular saw. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better fit. Alright, so this one's a little bit better. Slight gap there, not a big deal after I put the supporting braces on. And this one is a little tighter as well. Hard to see from that angle. Oh. Still a gap, but not as bad as prior. So that's with the 24 3/4 along the back and 25 1/8 along the front. So for my support pieces, what I have here is my stud finder. And I'm going to go along the wall to see if or where we can get some studs. So you can see right along the edge, it's getting a center there. And now I'm going to come this way. So I used my stud finder to make marks on the wall to determine where the studs would be, and then I put a pencil mark on each end where the studs are going to be. I drilled a pilot hole, means I drilled a small hole in there so it wouldn't break the wood. I've already screwed the back piece on. Now to make sure my shelves are going to be level front to back, I will put a little level on there, and then when it's in between the bubble, I'm going to put my other screw in here so I know this is level. Now I've got that supporting one bracket on the side. Now I need it on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the shelf in place. I'm just holding it with my hand. I've got the level on there, so when it's right in the center of the bubble, which it is there, I'm going to take my pencil and mark on the underside of this board. But I need two hands, so hold on. So I made a mark on the underside. I'm going to lift it up. Oh, sorry, it's kind of dark, but you can see my mark there. It means my supporting piece along that side, the top of it needs to be lined up with that. So I've got the bracket up on the left and the one up on the right. So now I'm going to put my shelf on there. Just give me a second here. Ah! Alright, so when I place this on, we're going to play I Spy. And you're going to spy something pretty damn weird looking. Notice how this extends more off here than that one does? This one I probably could have it pretty much flush. But here, do you know why I did that? Well, I guess I should say the reason I did that is because when I used my stud finder along here, there was a stud right near the end, but it wasn't another stud until about over 17.5 inches out, which is kind of weird. Most studs are 16 inches on center. So I don't really like going into drywall necessarily, using drywall anchors. So I actually just made the supporting bracket long enough so that when I put the screw in here, I would get a stud on the other side. So no, it doesn't look the prettiest, but it's going to be able to support more than it would if it was just in a drywall anchor. Then the question comes up, how high should I make my next set of shelves? Well, really it depends on what you're going to be storing on the shelves. If I use little baskets like this for shirts or socks or anything like that, I need to know my next shelf needs to be at least that high. So that's kind of what I'm going to base it on, is these basket type system that I'm going to be using. But whatever you're going to be using, make sure that you give enough space for whatever storage solution you use. All right, got all three on, so let's put in the shelves and see how it looks.